Hello, welcome to this weather update. So we will be talking about some big weather events that will occur in parts of the US and other areas in the northern hemisphere. And sorry that we haven't uploaded anything these last few days. It has been so busy, but so but now we'll try to make a recap of what happened, and hope you all are doing fine. Let's take a look here. There's currently this big system this bringing rain and severe thunderstorms to parts of Texas, Louisiana, and other parts of the south. And then so there are some severe thunderstorms happening, and they are forecast to continue. And then all this rain will affect Florida and thunderstorms as well. And then this system will start affecting parts of the northern Caribbean, bringing more rain to the Bahamas and gusty winds there too. And this will form into a big low pressure there and affect Bermuda too, with rain and gusty winds. So let's take a look at the wind gust map here for the next few days. It's currently calm there in Florida, but these winds will affect Florida, the Bahamas, Cuba, even parts of Jamaica. But then there comes a bigger punch of wind affecting a lot of Cuba, the Cayman Islands, Jamaica, Bahamas a lot, Florida, the coasts of Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and Bermuda too. And then all these might eventually affect Europe later on, so we'll talk about that sooner in the video later. So let's take a look at the severe forecast. So there's still a slight risk in Texas, mainly for hail and strong winds. There's a probability of tornado too. So let's see day 2 outlook. There's a slight risk for South Florida for 5% chance of tornadoes, so please warn people about this tornado probability there. There's even a 2% tornado threat in California. Can you believe that? So be aware in that part of California too, please. There's a 5% damaging wind threat in California too, and in most of Florida. And hail just in Florida, in parts of central northern Florida there. So please be aware of this and that marginal risk in California there. So let's see the day 3. Day 3 doesn't have anything severe now, nor does day 4 and beyond. So let's take a look at something more concerning now, the excessive rainfall outlook. Now there's a marginal in parts of Texas and Oklahoma, and then day 1 is practically the same and affecting Louisiana too. Day 2 has a slight risk in Louisiana, Mississippi, South Texas, and a marginal extending all the way to Kansas, so be aware. There's a slight risk in California too, and a marginal in California, so please be aware. Day 3 is like very concerning. There was a lot of flooding that happened in California these last few days, and there is more flooding, even worse, coming on Sunday, probably. I'll check if this is Sunday or Monday, but it says Sunday here. Okay, so there's a moderate risk of flash flooding in parts of California, affecting Los Angeles too. So there can be a lot of rain. Please, please, please warn others of this coming rain, and take precautions to stay safe. Take measures to stay safe. So there's also a marginal risk here in parts of northern Florida, Georgia, and Alabama. So I think this is it for the US. If something else occurs, we will let you know. Let's just take a look here. Take a look at the general pattern in the North Pacific here. There's that system affecting California. There's another big low pressure there in the Gulf of Alaska and there, so let's move this to see what happens. This is far out, but it's worth seeing so you are aware of. There's a low pressure affecting northern Japan there later on, more here in the Pacific Northwest and Alaska. So this is the general pattern. Now there's something I want to show you, that there was a pretty powerful system back in Norway in the Faroe Islands that received more than 200 kilometers per hour wind gusts in the Faroe Islands, and also in Norway there was a lot of strong winds because of this system here, and these strong winds are still happening in Norway there, so be aware of that still. And yeah, and then it shows here another system of strong winds in Nova Scotia too. And that's it, I think. Be aware of this. Let's just take a global outlook on rain accumulation, just so you know where it might rain more in case you are in another place in the world. So South America next 12 hours, 24 hours, 3 days, 5 days, so there might be more rain about Ecuador and Colombia and Peru there. Even shows a little bit in Argentina and a lot in southern Chile there. Brazil is still with those summer rains and everything, but it's a little bit milder. Let's see Africa now, the next 5 days. More in Central Africa here, a lot in Madagascar, so be aware. And let's see Indonesia. There's a lot in the open waters, and the islands there might be some, be aware. Papua New Guinea there might be a lot. In Australia it shows this corridor of heavy rain, be aware. And now Oceania has a lot too. In New Caledonia and those islands in southern Vanuatu could get a lot of rain, and it has this whole corridor of extremely heavy rain because of the South Pacific convergence zone. So there might be a lot of rain parts of French Polynesia. Fiji not a lot, but there might be. In Tuvalu there might be a lot in those islands here. So be aware of this heavy rain there. New Zealand also has a lot in the southern coast there. So let's see, some parts of Asia there. A lot in parts of Georgia and southern Russia there, so be aware. In Europe, there's more towards northern Europe there, in UK and Poland, Germany too. Not much. It's extremely dry in the south. So this is it for today. Please ask questions if you want more specific forecasts on a specific location. Thanks for watching, and warn others please.